So let me turn down my fan. Um, Apparently we're finally getting Wuthering Waves on console. Um, I've been waiting for this, honestly. I don't have a console anymore. A lot of you people may not know, but I sold my console like I think 2 or 3 years ago because let me take you on a life journey, right? So when I was around 11 or 12, I got my first computer, right? It was my mom's Alienware laptop that she lent to me for a bit. However, because it was a laptop and because it was like nearly 10 years ago, it didn't have very good cooling on it. So I used to be like addicted to video games when I was like 11 or 12. Like I used to be like very addicted. So basically, it got to the point where I play games on the laptop so often that within 20 minutes, maybe around there, the laptop would instantly overheat and I wouldn't be able to play games anymore. So I stopped using that laptop and it just went to my mom. And then when I was like 14, they bought me an HP computer, which was $200, which now you may imagine doesn't run anything at all because it was an HP computer. My mom thought she knew about computers, but she didn't. So it ended up fucking me over in the end. And oh, fuck. I hate remembering that, man, because I remember it was birthday money that I think my dad gave me to save for a computer. It was like $400, and then my mom spent it without me knowing on a computer. That was bad. But anyways, I think a few around 2 or 3 years later, the PC basically breaks, right? It no longer works anymore. I just have no use for it because of how slow it is. It has no storage, no performance. So I started saving for a PC, and I sold my PS4 console, and then I got a PS4 Pro after that, I believe. And then I sold my PS4 Pro after that, and that's when I finally got my PC. So this PC is a 3060 Ti with a CPU of a 5600X. Soon it will be kind of outdated once the 50 series cards for Nvidia come out and the 9000 series chips come out for AMD and, you know, Intel and all that stuff. But it's still a pretty decent PC that can run pretty much anything. So it's good for me, right? But anyways, after all that, I'm only able to play this game because I have a PC, honestly. I also have an iPad that I bought like 1 or 2 years ago, but I find PC just way more better looking, I guess. And I'm sure it'll look just as good on the PS5 consoles and the Xbox console. So the fact that it's finally coming to PlayStation. By the way, I don't think it's coming to Xbox, by the way. It's not two old consoles. I'm pretty sure it's only to PlayStation. So, yeah, sorry, Xbox dudes. But it's finally coming to PlayStation. They're releasing an announced date at around July 26th. Around there is when they're finally going to reveal when they'll release it. And honestly, I've been waiting for this, right? I've been getting sick of people comparing Hoyo's games to Wuthering Waves revenue. Because it's fine, right? Like, obviously, we Wuthering Waves players compare our own revenue to Hoyo games. But the issue is, all of Hoyo's games are, like, on everything. I'm not sure if Honkai Star Rail is on consoles, but Zenless Zone Zero and Genshin Impact are definitely on consoles. And Wuthering Waves was never on consoles at launch. So the revenue numbers, when you compare them, they're a bit skewed, right? Because Wuthering Waves launched, it wasn't on any consoles. On top of that, it had a lot of mobile performance issues from what I heard. So a lot of mobile players couldn't even play it. So it was probably like a majority PC players. And then like a smaller percentage was mobile players. Which you usually don't want in these gacha games, right? Most of these people playing these gacha games to do casually and all that stuff, they just want to play on a phone or something. Something that makes it very casual, or a console, right? But yeah, now that I think of it, I probably should have learned how to play this game on controller. Because open world games are always like more, I don't know, it's more of a smooth experience on controller in my opinion. But I ended up learning it on keyboard, so it is what it is. Sorry. I just woke up and I'm like so tired, man. I've been having this problem where I just like can't sleep that well anymore. It's not because of content creation, it's just like in general. I just can't sleep that well. This always happens to me like every few months and it's very frustrating. Oh, chest. But yeah, so Wuthering Waves is finally getting a release date for PlayStation, which is nice. Because that'll mean more revenue. That's what I'm talking about. Oh! I didn't look at the HP bar. Oh my god. Switch teams. But yeah. I wonder how they'll do microtransactions there. I'll recommend if you're gonna end up playing Wuthering Waves on... No, wrong team. If you're gonna end up playing Wuthering Waves on PlayStation Store, buy it or like buy currency from PC or mobile. Because the likelihood is that they're gonna significantly up the prices for the passes and stuff. Because I believe the PlayStation Store takes like a 30% cut or some shit. It's like a huge ass cut. Bro, what am I doing? My brain is fried today. But yeah, the PlayStation Store takes like a huge cut. So these games are often, and like microtransactions are often always like super overpriced on PlayStation. It's a big reason why I stopped playing PlayStation, right? Like, yeah, I wanted a PC. But like the whole time when I was a kid, I always wanted a PC. Because I was like, I was only good on mouse and keyboard. I always sucked at controller. It took me like maybe like 3 months of playing Fortnite to finally get decent on controller with claw. And that was like actual like pain. Like I did not have fun doing that. But what was I saying? Shit. Why do I always forget? I always yap and my brain goes like to one thing, and then when I try to go back to the other, it's like it's just disappeared from my head. Whatever. Oh my, bro, what is this lag, man? Oh my god. Okay, there we go. But yeah. Wait, I believe I was talking about consoles. PC. Oh yeah, why I didn't like consoles. It was because of the PS Live shit, right? Because they get you with the subscriptions, right? Sure, a console is short-term performance. You're paying less for the short term, but in the long term, you end up paying more than a PC. You really do. Because not only do you have all these up-priced games that aren't always on sale, like you don't have a launcher like Steam, which by the way, PCs already have like twice or triple the game catalog that all consoles do. But these subscriptions are getting pricier and pricier. I've seen recently there's like 3 different subscriptions for what is the equivalent of PlayStation's PS Plus. I believe they renamed it. And they're starting to make it into tiers. And the beginner tier, which is the cheapest, which is actually what used to be the base price, has like half the features gone. Like you only get like half or less than half of the features. And then the second, which is like the enhanced mode or whatever the fuck it is, has some features but also is missing some features. And then like the one that's like $22 a month is the one that actually has all the features that the base model already had. And it's so fucking scummy, man. And that's not even including PS Live yet, right? Like PS Live is necessary for some games to play multiplayer. This is actually a big reason why I played Fortnite so much and learned it from my consoles, like PS4 and PS4 Pro. It was because you don't need PS Live in Fortnite to be able to play multiplayer. But I know there are many, many games that do, and it was just such a turn off for me. I was like, I don't want to do this, like, because long term, I'm spending, let's say 3 years, right? Let's say I do a 1-month subscription of the enhanced PS Plus, which I believe is around $14.99 around there. So for 10 months, that's $150. And then for 12 months, that's what? $180, right? So $180 a year down the drain immediately from PS Plus. And then PS Live, I believe, is 5 to 10. I'm gonna assume it's $5 a month. I think it might be 10, but I don't want to overestimate. So we do. So it's gonna be what? $5 a month. So it'd be what? It'd be $60. So $180 for PS Plus or whatever it is, plus 60 from PS Live every year. That gets you at what? 240. So you're paying 240 in subscriptions in one year, and this is without even buying any games, right? Like, let's be realistic. You're gonna buy some games, or you might spend on microtransactions, and this is how these companies get you, man. Like, within 2 years, you've already paid the price that you would for a PC that's on the same level, if not better, right? With 1,000 USD these days, you can definitely make a PC that's stronger than a PS5. But I have heard some rumors of a PS5 Pro coming out that'll be like 20 to 30% faster, but that won't matter unless they make the frame rate limit higher. And by that I mean like 180 or 144, because right now it's at 120, right? Literally the only justification for making it that much more powerful is to also give the frame rate a boost, right? I feel bad for anyone who bought those 120 hertz monitors specifically for the PS5, because that'll definitely end up being useless in the future. But it's not bad, I guess. I know there's a lot of people who are blinded by the exclusives of PlayStation. On Xbox, you really have no excuse, right? Like, I'm just gonna be honest. Xbox has almost all their games already on PC. But for PlayStation, there's games like God of War Ragnarok, which I'm pretty sure still aren't out on PC. Like, there are definitely some exclusives you want a console for. And I don't blame you if you, like, have the money and already have a PC if you go for that. But I just don't think it's worth it, because these single-player games are, like, what, gonna take you a few days to complete? Like, why are you buying a console versus a PC where you can have triple the game catalog, significantly more sales? You can use it for work, for watching YouTube, for watching movies. You can also use it to run higher FPS, better gameplay options, blah, 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 blah. And you're still choosing the console because of one exclusive you like. Like, it's insane to me. My uncle does this, but to be fair, he already owns a PC. He's a hardcore gamer. He's like 26, right? But he's a hardcore gamer. I believe his PC right now has like a 3090 or a 4090, and he has like a top of the line Intel CPU. Like, he's stacked. He's a real gamer who constantly updates his PCs. But he bought or he didn't buy, I don't think he has a PS5, but he does have a PS4, which he keeps on purpose to play God of War and God of War Ragnarok on. Also, another thing I noticed is going from 240 FPS on PC to a console actually feels like so terrible. It's insane, man. Like, it feels so disgusting. It's so bad going from a PC to a console, and that was actually a really big reason to why I switched to PC as well. It simply feels like trash playing on console after being on PC. A good PC, right? Also, the monitor plays an aspect into it. Like, for example, my uncle has like 240 hertz monitors. So the difference when I went to his house and played on his PC and then went to a console was bigger than mine, because my monitor is 144, right? But it's still like huge, man. Like, you still realize it, and you definitely notice it. I remember when there used to be this huge debate like a few years ago that the human eye can only recognize 60 FPS or 60 hertz. Like, that was the biggest bullshit ever. How did anybody ever fall for that? Like, I think it was just a lie made by people who have never experienced anything above 60 hertz or 60 FPS. So then everybody just ran with it who hadn't experienced 120 or 144 or 240 hertz. And it was like so weird, man. Like, what the fuck was going on back then? But yeah, I'm talking like a nerd now. I'm not even talking about Wuwa anymore. Updated on the polls. We got 8 polls on the character banner, 7 limited polls on the weapon banner, and I believe I have yet to do my dailies. Yep. So once I do my dailies, I'll be able to get another pull for the weapon banner. So I'm looking at 16 limited pulls right now with, ooh, a big rock. With 40 pulls on the weapon banner and I believe 10 or 15 on my limited character banner. So the plan is still the same. I saw a video, but I didn't click on it, about Prolova maybe coming out in 1.3, which is scaring me. It's scaring me, man, because I already planned on getting Zesh'i, Zhang Liao, and both their weapons, which would leave me broke. So if Prolova really is in the next patch, I'd have to rely on her being the second phase, and also me winning the 50-50, which is it's a bit scary, right? But I don't see how she'd come out before Camellia, really. Like, Camellia came earlier in the story, and she's been leaked and hinted at way more than Prolova. Like, there's no way Prolova comes before her, right? But we'll end up seeing anyways. But yeah, that's about it, boys. Just a quick morning talk, right? I just woke up, quickly gonna do my dailies on Wuwa. After this, I'm gonna go to... I'm probably just gonna make some food for breakfast. And yeah, hope all of you have a great day. Hope all of you have a great night. Peace.